Hi, I'm Justin Pritchard, and this is the Nissan 370Z. It's the latest version of a car that for decades has been all about putting a world-class performance experience within reach of the masses. Now, there are a number of compelling reasons why you might check one of these out for your sports car dollar, including the fact that this year, well, you need far fewer of those sports car dollars to buy one. Let's take a look.
You get 330 horsepower, an award-winning V6, a 6-speed stick, and rear-wheel drive so you can talk drifting with your pals. You also get a highly rigid structure, evidenced by the triangle brace under the hood and this stiffening bar proudly displayed behind the seats. Remember, this is not a commuter model with parts thrown on to make it go faster, and like most really good sports cars, the Z rides an exclusive performance chassis that was designed for sports use with no compromises from square one. This was built as, not modified into, a sports car, and it shows. So it's the real deal from the ground up, and the best part, unless you bought one of these last year, is that this year they've slashed the price by 10 grand. You're looking at a machine designed to turn in cut price performance to rival comparable BMWs and Porsches, now available at 30 grand, and that makes it a heck of a deal to the right shopper, specifically one after authentic performance more than feature content. There are features. You get a bunch of good ones: keyless locks and push-button start, Bluetooth for legal mobile chatting, cruise control, auto climate control, and my favorite, these powerful xenon lights that help reduce late-night eye fatigue. There's a simple stereo if you want satellite radio or navigation or Bluetooth music streaming. You'll need to budget a few $100 for an aftermarket unit. At this price, any number of competitive models might give you a longer feature list instead of these blank switches reminding you of the options that could have been. But remember, the big value in this car isn't inside, it's under the skin. This is the VQ37VHR. That's VHR as in very high revolution. This 3.7-liter longitudinally front mid-mounted V6 comes from Nissan's award-winning VQ V6 engine family, and it's gorgeous. Low revs and light throttle, it's so smooth and quiet you'd almost wonder if it was running on butter. Opened up, power swells as the 7,500 RPM redline approaches, with thrust building in a linear fashion to a peaky high RPM surge at redline before the blinking shift light asks you to slip the stubby and slick 6-speed stick into the next gear. This engine works and sounds best when it's revving to the moon and uses Nissan's trick variable valve timing technology to optimize both low and high rev output simultaneously. This is a fantastic and proven performance power plant, and few things are as fun at the wheel as winding the absolute pants off of a big punchy V6. The shifter and grabby clutch work nicely together for smooth and quick shifts once you get into their rhythm a little and get a little used to the top-heavy clutch pedal hinge. Once you do, it's all smiles when ripping through the gears. There's some more of that under-the-skin sports car value stuff. Value-minded performance buffs will also like the pedigree and the experience dialed into the Z from Nissan's years of building reliable, sensible, everyday friendly sports coupes. Nissan's been at this game for a while, and they know what works and what feels good, like the power steering that lightens up to one-finger effort for parking lot speeds and tightens and stiffens up when you're going faster for better feel and confidence, or mounting the engine far back in the body near the center to enhance weight balance, which makes the car handle like your favorite rail-mounted amusement park ride. The ride is not bad. You know you're in a sports car, but you don't get spine punched over every single bump. That's backed up by the steering, which is relatively quick, but not so much that it makes the Z feel nervous or darty on a highway drive. If you're using yours mainly on the road, and you probably are, this setup works nicely. And if you're hitting the track, options are available for a model with bigger brakes and a more all-out sports-tuned suspension, although trust me, even this base model will be no slouch at a weekend track day. This is, after all, a pure, minimal compromise sports coupe. It has to be light, which means making it small, which means no back seat, minimal trunk space, and that authentic feeling of entry and exit, plunking yourself down deep into the body behind that beautiful center-mounted tachometer. Storage space at hand is decent. This cubby on the dash makes room. There's a console with a lid here and even pockets in the doors and behind the seat. The trunk is small but will take a load of groceries, your gym bag, or a week's worth of out-of-town gear if you need, so it's a little sensible too. Let's sum up this low-slung, high-revving, big-value entry-level Z, shall we? Mileage on my watch with 1,200 kilometers of driving, about half of which was on the highway at a good clip. The tester used 121.2 liters of fuel, making it 9.9 liters per 100 overall, which is no Prius, but pretty decent. You will like the real deal feel, the authentic performance chassis, engine, and overall character that's built in to make performance buffs smile. Generous at-hand storage makes it easy to stay organized on the go, and the ride and handling and steering are nicely set up for sporty driving without ruining the highway drive. You may wish for a quieter cabin at highway speeds and a better sound from the tailpipes when you give her. Most of the time the exhaust just doesn't sound good or bad, it just kind of makes a noise. Also, rearward visibility is not great. Back into your parking spaces with this car, or you will need a spotter to watch for traffic while you back out. So in all, a sporty, powerful, athletic bit of authentic Japanese performance car for your dollar here, and with this Generation Z's best price tag yet. I love me a quick little two-seater, and I'd love one of these, but I would budget a few extra bucks for a better radio with navigation and an exhaust system. I'd also be cross-shopping against the very machines that put the pressure on the Z to lower its price, including the Scion FRS, the Hyundai Genesis Coupe, and now the new Ford Mustang EcoBoost, which is probably the biggest performance threat to the 370Z that I've driven yet. If you're driving one of those, be sure to drive them all. Performance is getting cheaper and cheaper these days, and this segment is a great place to be shopping. Thanks for watching.